It was a mega experience. I mean, I wasn't obviously favourite to get through the first round. I beat a guy 70 in the world then, and to then beat Casper on centre court was just ridiculous. I don't think I thought even in my wildest dreams that was going to be happening before the tournament. I'm a little bit disappointed still. I felt like I had chances in the third round. It was a set all, and I served for the third set. So, I've kind of come away feeling like if things had gone differently, I could have gone even deeper in the tournament. But memories for a lifetime.
Liam, I'm going to ask you this. I know you've been knocked out, but I'm going to have to ask you anyway. Who do you think's going to win it? And have you played against Alcaraz? You can't look past Djokovic, can you, at the end of the day? 7-time champion. I feel like it's kind of fated at this point. I think people have been fighting against him being the GOAT of the sport for so long. I just think it's going to happen. What you fear most, you bring into existence, don't you? And that's what Novak's going to be doing. I've never practiced or played a match with Alcaraz, but having said that, I saw him playing when he was about 14. He was playing a similar tournament to me in Italy. And I remember watching him, and he was playing like a 25-year-old man already. I think he actually won that tournament or made the finals. He played Massetti in the final, who's also an extremely good player now. And I think I kind of had an idea at the time that he was going to be pretty good. Do you think Djokovic gets the credit as like the sportsman he is and the legend that he is? Do you think he gets the credit that he deserves?
I don't think he does. I think sometimes I don't think he helps himself with the stuff that he says in press, but he is authentic. He's completely himself. So when you speak to him in person, he's an incredibly nice guy. He's very down to earth. My nieces were at Wimbledon the other day, and he was, having his lunch, and obviously they interrupted him mid meal, and he was happy to take a picture and sign autographs. I guess we'll see. I feel like with a lot of this stuff, people only realise what they've got once it's gone. And I think once Novak leaves the sport, I think people will really appreciate what he's done. He's put in Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi numbers, but in tennis. And I don't think anyone's going to ever come close to what he's achieving.
He's been quite vocal as well about some of the start times, shall we say, because we have seen a number of matches having to be carried over to the next day because of the late finish and the 11 p.m. curfew at Wimbledon. Can you understand where Novak Djokovic is coming from? I mean, likewise with Andy Murray's match against Stefanos Tsitsipas, that one had to be carried over, and there's that talk of did Murray lose momentum, for example. Can you see why that is a problem?
Yeah, I completely agree with what he's saying. I guess the All England will have their reasons for starting the matches a bit later on the big courts. I don't know what they are, but they must have their reasons. Otherwise, it would be common sense. But one thing I will say about that is the players complain at US Open and Australian Open that the matches finish at 4 a.m. in the morning and that they play without a curfew. So it's kind of a lose-lose for the tournament, because then Wimbledon have a strict 11 p.m. curfew, which I actually kind of think compared to, I think at Australian Open this year, there was was it Andy's match against Kokkinakis?
That went late,
finished at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I spoke to Andy about that. He got back to the hotel about 6 or 7 in the morning, and basically I think he had sort of 5 hours sleep, had to practice, and it really does have a knock-on effect for the day after as well. So I feel like the 11 p.m. curfew is the lesser of two evils in a sense.
I mean, that would make sense. You'd rather actually, as you say, have that curfew, but maybe it means starting matches earlier to hopefully, and you might still get some matches carried over, but hopefully have more matches finishing by that 11 p.m. curfew. I mean, I can totally agree with you. I can't imagine playing a game 3 or 4 in the morning.
I think Liam will agree that as a sportsman, if you miss your sleep, you're in big trouble. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. I mean, that's kind of been the trouble for the last few years now is obviously with the TV schedules and that sort of stuff. Tournaments kind of, especially in Australia, they play through the night because obviously then that's during the day back in Europe. I don't think that's necessarily the right thing, and it can lead to, as you say, issues. I mean, if you're missing night's sleep and you're playing an elite level sport, then you never know, you can get injured, and I mean, well, the standard of the tennis is definitely affected as well.
So what happens with you next then, Liam? Do you still go down to Wimbledon? Do you still, while it's ongoing right now, or do you sort of take a break from it and look ahead to whatever's next for you on the schedule? And of course there's the US Open as well, qualifying for that.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had yesterday off. I'm having today off. I'm starting up again tomorrow. And then off to the States. I think my next tournament starts on Monday. And then it's basically all heel to the floor and just straight through to US Open. And then after that, start preparing for the Davis Cup, which is going to be incredible. We've got it coming to Manchester for the first time in 20-something years. So, I mean, hopefully be playing well enough to get selected for that. And it's going to be incredible.
Now, talking about sleep, Liam, we know you're a Man City fan. You must be a bit concerned with Jack Grealish's complete lack of sleep.
It's incredible what's going on, isn't it? I saw another picture yesterday that he's still going, the boy.
He's in Ibiza, isn't he? He's enjoying himself.
I tell you what, I mean, he's behaving like I did in my earlier 20s. I don't know how he's doing it, but fair play to him. I mean, at the end of the day, if that's what he feels like he wants to do to enjoy himself, I just hope that he's back in time for his pre-season and it doesn't affect him on the pitch at the end of the day. I mean, I don't know how he does it. I have 2 pints now and I'm feeling horrible the next day.
Well, I was going to ask, just imagine though, the equivalent, if you win a major, you never know, you could be partying for weeks.
Well, I mean, for weeks, I mean, I could do maybe a day or a night. I need my sleep. That's the problem now. I get to 11 o'clock out in a bar or a club in Manchester and I'm thinking, I'm ready for bed now.
Oh, you want to get your cozies on. That's what you want to do.
Exactly.
I'm in Liam's camp, to be honest. I much prefer that as well. Liam, listen, we wish you the best of luck then for what's going to be happening for the rest of the year and getting into the Davis Cup team and also maybe qualifying for the US Open. But thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Liam.
And well done and reaching the third round, because that was a first for you
done.
at Wimbledon. So well done.
Amazing. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant.